Good afternoon. Welcome to my channel. I'm Seraphia with Loud but Silent Pain, the Life of Endometriosis. And today is day 8 of my robotic laparoscopy hysterectomy. Today is February 26, 2019. I had my surgery a week and a day ago, or 2 days ago. A day ago. Yeah, a week and a day ago. And so just wanted to get on here and let you know how I'm doing. As I've been saying on all the videos, I'm coming on here. I'm very transparent. Have a little music in the background, so I do not own the rights to this music. I hope it's not too loud. But I've been very transparent. What you see is what you get. This is how I look after going through surgery. Today has been a very tiring day. I've been very, very sleepy. I drank a little bit of, just a tiny bit of coffee. It helped me a little bit, but I've just been really dragging. I've been taking my meds. So the last 2 days, which was day 6 and 7, they were very hard days for me. And I believe they were hard. I got off of taking the meds on a regular time schedule. But I also believe that the other part of my body woke up. The robotic surgery I had, because you can have a open hysterectomy where they cut you like a cesarean, either a bikini cut or up and down. So I was truly blessed to have a robotic surgery where they just made 4 small incisions, which, like I said, they're above my navel. And so the area, I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit, the area where they took my uterus and fallopian tubes and cervix, that's down below. And I really believe that because my body's is healing, and so the functions of my body is awakening. And so I was sharing yesterday, I think my body is probably in shock, like what's happening, and it's missing parts, and so I think my body is trying to adjust, just like my physical, the outside of my body is going through what it's going through. Definitely the inner part of my body is going through something, because that's exactly what was affected. I can say the weather is really nice here. I'm in Texas and the weather is really nice, but you haven't seen me with a blanket on in any of my videos, but today I'm just extremely cold. I've been cold a lot, or I'm having hot flashes, and I did not get my ovaries removed, so I'm not, it's not menopause. I just really think that my body is adjusting to everything that has happened in the last 8 days. And so that's something to think about. You may go through having feeling cold, feeling extra cold, or you may go through having hot flashes. And so that's what I've been going through, is having hot flashes. With the meds, I'm kind of nauseated a lot. I just kind of been pretty nauseated. Dehydration has been up the roof, but I have plenty of water and Gatorade that I'm really trying to get hydrated. And that was one reason I didn't want to drink the coffee. I really didn't even drink the coffee, and I'm a coffee drinker, but I think I probably took about 4 or 5 sips just to help me wake up. I did do something today that I had not done, which was exciting. So we live on the 3rd floor, and outside of our door, there's a long walkway. It's like our own private walkway. And so you walk in front of it, then I can kind of walk. It's like an L shape, or U. It's like a U. And I had plenty of area to just kind of walk. I can't go downstairs, which I wouldn't even dare do that. But I just walked on up at the front, and it felt really good. I didn't overdo it. I walked at my pace, and it just felt good for the fresh air and just to be moving. Then I decided to sit on the balcony because I said like I said, the weather is really, really nice, and we're on the 3rd floor. So I was sitting in my chair. I had my 2 books, and I'm just really thinking that, wow, I can sit here and catch up on some reading. That's one of the things that I really want to do while I'm out and healing and everything. And so I'm sitting there, and when I wake up, I realize, I didn't even touch those books because I sat in that chair and I fell asleep. And I was like, oh my God, that's what made me come in and fix some coffee. I'm like, no, I want to be up a little bit today. I am to a place where I'm able to take a shower, like I said the other day, by myself. And today was the first time I took a shower and my husband wasn't here. I felt comfortable, no pain. So I was very careful. I was just trying to wake up, and then the shower just feels so good on your body. Especially when we're just laying in the bed. Yesterday, I slept and I slept and I slept and I slept. So I was in the bed really these last 2 days. I was in bed a lot, sleeping. And so I just really wanted to, move my body around because, your muscles and stuff, they get stiff. And the doctor encourages us, if you have a hysterectomy, to move. It helps the healing process. It helps keep our lungs, open and flowing. It keeps the blood flow. It helps with blood clots because we are prone to, getting blood clots if we're not moving. So, and it just feels good, to kind of get up and move around. And then you're not going anywhere. You're just kind of in the house. So, it was just good to go out on the balcony. So today, still nauseated. I'm cold. In the night, I have a lot of hot flashes. But it's getting better. From day 6 and day 7, today, the pain has lightened up. I shared with you that your bowels and constipation, it is so real. Gas, it's real. It can be very, very painful after your surgery. And like I was sharing, the gas comes from them literally sticking a tube in our throat, blowing up our stomach with gas so that they can see what they're doing and that they don't injure parts of our body, because it's the perineum, I think that's what it's called, and then our bladder and our bowels are so very close to like the uterus, like all that stuff in your kidneys, all that stuff is pretty close together. And on top of that, if you have a disease like endometriosis, and if you have a severe case of endometriosis, it can compact everything together, like literally grow, and everything is compacted. And so they have to blow up our stomach so they can see the organs so that they don't injure anything. And so, as you know, all that gas it has to come out, and it can be very painful. And so, I can say it's what time? It's 2:52. It's almost 3 o'clock, and I'm not having that pain today. So today is also the first day that my stomach is just not growling and bubbling, and it has been really noisy and really painful, but I have not had that today. One thing I can say that has really helped me, the doctor encouraged us and also gave me like the stool softeners and the gas eggs, drink plenty of water, taking plenty of fruits and fibers. I'm doing fiber in my smoothies, doing smoothies every day. I'm doing fruit and veggie smoothies with spinach and veggies, with spinach and leafy green vegetables. And then also, I hadn't really been eating a lot of crazy food, no greasy food. I really think that has played a big part and my digestive system, lining up. Excuse me. And so I have not been eating, fried foods and greasy foods and stuff like that. Most of what I've been eating is jellos and puddings. I did have some frozen yogurt. Then yesterday, oh my God. So, my husband has been buying soup, and it's been the canned soup, but I really, really, really wanted a homemade soup. And so one of my mentees called me the day before and was like, "What can I cook you?" And I was like, "Well, I don't want anything with meat. I'm just not wanting to really do anything heavy." I said, "But I sure would love soup, a homemade healthy soup." And so last night she brought me a hearty, healthy, good soup. You can see all the herbs. Oh my God, it's full of herbs. I could see some of the cilantro, the rosemary, ginger. It's just got everything, onions and garlic, fresh onions, fresh spinach and potatoes and carrots. And so I tasted it. It was so good. So I pre-portioned it last night. I put some in containers in the bottom and some in the freezer. Because for me, this experience, suffering with pain for over 20 something years with endometriosis, and also I really tried to be like this health fanatic, but after a while, when your body is constantly going through pain, you kind of get tired of pain. And so, sometimes when you lift weights and stuff, there's a little bit of pain that goes with that. And sometimes you're just like, you know what, not today. Because when you have something like endometriosis or fibroids, issues with your uterus, bad cycles, sometimes you just don't want to deal, and as the weeks and months go by, you find yourself not even doing that kind of stuff anymore. And for me, even dealing with the endometriosis, I had a fender bender about 2 years ago. So I had low back pain. And then from that, the chiropractor injured my shoulder. And so I had frozen shoulder for like 11 months. So now you're dealing with endometriosis, you're dealing with this pain, you're dealing with lower back issues, and now you're dealing with frozen shoulder. And then so now it's like, okay, that's better. I want to go in and get back into my regimen, my routine of working out. Well, guess what? It was painful because you've had this issue with your back, muscles locking up, spasms, your shoulder, it's been locked. You've lost muscle mass. So just trying to lift weights, it's painful. So guess what you do? You just stop. You're like, you know what? Pain. It was like that was my first and middle name, And so I'm looking forward to getting my life back. Having this hysterectomy. I was sharing something on Facebook earlier. It's something that I would not have done 5 or 10 years ago. I would not have done it because emotionally, mentally, I would not have been able to handle it. I don't know if I can even pull that up. Let me see. I wrote it earlier, about an hour ago, that I posted on Facebook, and I think it's encouraging what I wrote. Let's see here. Because to me, getting this hysterectomy means getting my life back. I was a Zumba instructor, a fitness dance coach, but through the years, I pulled back just because you're tired. When you have endometriosis, you go through fatigue, you go through pain, you go through emotions, and these are things that I didn't take ownership of. Some things I knew they were symptoms of endometriosis, but I never put it with some of the things that I was going through, or why I didn't have the zeal or the fight to do it. And it had to do with what endometriosis was doing to my body, what it was doing to me emotionally, what it was doing to me physically, And so it kind of stopped me in some areas. In other areas, I kept going. And so I was sharing earlier that, many people didn't know that I was suffering, and there's so many of you that are suffering. Nobody know it because we know how to put on a smile. We know how to joke about it. We know how to laugh about it and get through the day, get through of the thing that we're doing, and complete it, get our job finished. Make sure the family is taken care of. Make sure the children are taken care of. Make sure the husband is taken care of. Make sure if you go to church, the church, your church functions is taken care of. And so for me, it's doing something. I don't make my page, it's not a Christian page, but I am a believer. I am a faith walker and I am a believer and I love the Lord. And so I also do ministry, a lot of times I did ministry in a lot of pain. And some of you, I don't know, you may not be familiar with worship dance, but dancing to worship music before the Lord and before the congregation, with flags and just in worship. And so many a times I would do that and I would be in a lot of pain, or after dancing, ministering in dance, I would go home and be in so much pain. Sometimes I was like, man, I might not have should have did that this time, but my passion for it drove me. And at the same time, it kept me afloat, to where I did not, there was times depression wanted to come, but I did not fall into depression because of my worship or because of things that I love to do and the people I love to hang and be around. And so let me find my page. So I do have a page on Facebook. It's a group page. I'm trying to pull it up here. It's the same as this YouTube, Loud But Silent Pain, The Life of Endometriosis. So we have a private group on Facebook. Let's see here. It's doing so. Oh, this one. We have a private page on Facebook that you can join, that I also put tips on and, give encouragement. And my heart is for the young people. Many young people suffer with endometriosis and nobody knows it, and they grow up 10, 15, 20, 30 years struggling with this pain, and they're not understanding what's going on, and they think that it's normal, and it's not. So that is one of the main reasons that I started this YouTube page, is to bring enlightenment, to bring encouragement, and to also try to help those who are seeking doctors, and to also know how you should not feel when a doctor is talking to you about what you're saying to them. There's a lot of people that go to the doctor, and the doctors, they're not sensitive at all to our physical pain and our emotional pain that we suffered with endometriosis or any other type of, female disease. So earlier today, I kind of said what I said to you, and I just want to go over it. It says, it's day 8, very tired. And as I'm talking to you, it's like I'm getting energized. Today, pain is minimal, which is a plus. My last 2 days were not so good. Please note, I am doing videos. I'm letting them know I'm doing videos on YouTube. And so just like I'm sharing with you about the group, I'm sharing with them about the YouTube channel. So that many can follow my journey and story. And just like I said, I want to encourage you as I'm going through my healing process. I can assure you I'm not sad. And so that is a good thing. I am not sad about having to have this surgery. In the past, I would have just bawled and cried and kicked and screamed. And in the past, I did. I really did. And so it took me a decade to make this decision of having this surgery. And many have said, I'm just going to feel so good. And I just can't wait to feel that good, you know. I can assure you I'm not sad, but I feel liberated. No more bound to a disease that sometimes felt crippling because of agonizing pain. Also, I couldn't be myself a lot of times because I smiled and joked my way through the pain and emotional trauma that I was facing, through my body. Many didn't know how to talk to me or minister to my inner pain. And a lot of times we don't have anybody that can really talk to us or feel where we're coming from with the inner pain that we're going through. But our Father, like I said, I am a believer. I love the Lord. Our Father, the Lord, He did give me a few, which He truly placed them in my life. God will send us people to help us, through that time of pain, through that time of trauma, through that time of not knowing and not understanding. Why do I have to go through this? Why me? Which He truly placed them in my life, because when I was weak and in pain, hormones all over the place, and felt too weak to even pray, He sent sisters and mothers my way, and they came in the right season and the right time. And I'm hoping that these videos is the right season and right time for you, to encourage you through your time of your pain of endometriosis, or if you are in the process of having a hysterectomy, or you just had a hysterectomy, or you're about to have a hysterectomy. I hope that these videos are encouraging you. He sent sisters. Okay, so no, if you're thinking I'm sad, no. This is not a sad time for me. Now, 5 or 10 years ago, I wouldn't been able to handle this, because then I wasn't ready to face the reality. And the reality was I needed surgery. And I'm just sharing, please subscribe to my YouTube page. So that's all I have today. Keep following me, keep sharing, share your story, and I'll be sharing more information. Remember that March is Endometriosis month, so make sure we're wearing our yellow and supporting our endometriosis sisters. All right, I'll talk to you later. Blessings to you. Bye.